Hey everybody, it's Captain Jack with a layout update. Been a while since I've done one, but I thought I'd give you an update what's going on, what's coming to the layout, and how it's changed. So let's get started. First thing I changed was right here in the back yard of my layout, that turnout right there. As you can see, I've refilled it in with the black sand. It's just a better turnout. It's not like a name brand turnout, but it has a better frog, and it seems to run the European equipment, the double O and the um, Italian and German trains a little better. The one I had in there wasn't. I tried to file it out, then I tried to fill it in with super glue, and then file it out again, but it just got kind of worn out, and the trains were kind of falling into it. So we actually redid that whole part. That had been bothering me for a long time. Like I said, I never thought I'd do any more track work, but actually wasn't too bad. I'll give you some hints of what I had done to remove that turnout. I did have it soldered in place, which I'm kind of doing an experiment now, and you guys can let me know what you think. I had all my track, everything soldered together, and all the corners here, all the joints. Um, when I started, I did have a loose rail joiner, but and that did kind of affect the power. But I'm going to see if I leave this with just the rail joiners, if I have any power losses or shorts or anything like that. So I'm going to just kind of experiment with that before I solder anything into place. Plus, if it doesn't work out, I'm able to take it out a lot easier. Because if you don't do a heat sink, like putting cotton balls on the side of each side of where you're soldering, you potentially can warp the track and melt the ties, which I had done both successfully at some point on this layout. So God bless Easy Track, which will be my next layout. um, like I said, I have put in this turnout. It already has the motor on it. It is stainless steel, so it does corrode like crazy, but I have a lot of copper track on this layout, again, or brass. Didn't really know what I was doing when I started. Kind of too late to change it, so ended up just putting this turnout in. It's similar to the ones on the front of the layout there, and I've had zero trouble with trains and their flanges going through them. So I found another one and just kind of dropped it in there. Putting it in here, maybe this will help people. The old one, it was used, it was pretty beat up. So instead of trying to remove track around it, all I did was cut the rail here, 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 and here, pulled out the old turnout, heated up the solder, and then pulled out all the remnants out of the end there. So pretty seamless. I did end up replacing this piece of track here. It just needed to be replaced. So, but like I said, I got that all out. I did want to show you. I did ballast around this tonight. I used, the 50-50 glue and water. One thing I do when I do my turnouts is I like to put a little bit of oil on it. Not a lot because it collects dust, so it can be kind of hazardous in the future. But I put a little oil on there because the oil is resistant to the glue and the water. And then when you're spraying your alcohol and your glue, if it gets sticky, it kind of repels it, and then tomorrow morning you just kind of come through and you can break up this turnout. I also will take a Q-tip and I will wipe it with rubbing alcohol too, just to make sure I've gotten any glue or residue off it. So, like I said, I just use this little oil pen and just hit it real gingerly with some oil. Same thing with the joints up here. A lot of people kind of concentrate on this throw bar here, but you got to remember those joints too. So, but like I said, I think when everything dries, it should be pretty well good to go. I made sure to line it up. I kind of get down on there and look up the line. I mean, no track is straight, but I just make sure that my worst train runs the best on it. And then if I know that one runs well on it, I know everything else will. So, but yeah, so I got this finished, and hopefully that'll dry for tomorrow, and I can run some trains on it. Real quick, I'm going to turn the camera back around here. Sorry about my hand. Next up on the layout, I actually have some Corgi double-decker Blackpool trams. If you don't know what those are, you'll see in my next layout video. They're not powered. They're made of die-cast. They're more like standard models. But I actually bought some street cars, sadly, to Frankenstein out the chassis, and you can power these things, and they're really cool. I've seen them on a couple other layouts. I just happened to find two of them from the same seller on eBay. One was 16 bucks, one was 20 bucks. But like I said, when you see them, they're going to be really cool. So hopefully on my next layout I'll have those. I like the idea of the double-decker trams on this layout because of how unrealistic the track plan is on here. And that the track is actually sunken. It's not up on a raised roadbed, so it does kind of look like tram tracks. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I will definitely keep you guys informed on how I switch those over if you plan on doing it yourself. So with that, I'll sign off. Give you one more look at the disaster area called my layout, and we'll see you next time. Thanks. There it is. Like a hurricane blew through.